Good to go?
Good to go, Mr. Duval.
Okay. This Town of Adams Board of Selectmen workshop is now in session. I will read to everyone the governor's order. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, and the governor's orders imposing limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place and/or the DPH's designation of yellow red of the Town of Adams. This meeting of the Town of Adams Board of Selectmen is being conducted via remote participation. No in-person attendance of members of the public has been permitted, but every effort has been made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings as provided for in the order. Those present in the room, the Board of Selectmen, to my right, I have Vice Chair Christine Hoyt. To my left, I have Howard Rosenberg, who was just recently elected. We have calling in Selectman Joseph Nowak, and Selectman Rick Blanchard was unable to make the meeting this evening. Also in the room this evening is State Representative John Barrett III, iBirch's reporter Jack Garino, Picture Eagle reporter Larry Pardes, Deb Dunlap, administrative assistant to the Town Administrator, Board of Selectmen. Gotta be careful with that name. Jay Green, Town Administrator, command. Donna Season, Special Projects Coordinator, and Crystal Wojcik, our Town Accountant. Jay, could you identify the individuals calling in, please?
Most certainly. So we have on the call tonight our distinguished Lieutenant Governor, Karen Polito, followed by Mr. Jose Delgado, who's the administration's Western Mass Chief of Staff. We have Mr. Chris Bone from Ty and Bond, Mr. Dan Root from Ty and Bond. We have Ms. Kathleen Wall, who I had the pleasure of working with in North Adams, Mr. Nat Carnes, member of our zoning board, Mr. Robert Tober, our DPW director, Mr. Sean T. Pierce from EOEAA, and Mr. Novak is on the call as well.
Have we heard from Joe? Is Joe out there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good to hear from you, Joe. So I want to make sure. This evening, I'd like to request to the board if we can get a consensus to move up on the agenda the announcements under section agenda item 4, move that up to the beginning of the meeting. Is the board okay with that?
Yes.
You okay?
Yes.
Joe, you good with that?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'd like to hand this over to Town Administrator Jay Green.
Thank you, Mr. Duval. It's my pleasure as Town Administrator to gather everybody here today. Little quick background, we had anticipated a Selectmen's workshop just to go over some engineering aspects for their wastewater treatment plant. And I received a telephone call that has been long awaited by the people of Adams from Governor Charlie Baker. Governor Baker was kind enough to inform me that the Baker-Polito administration is happy to fund the construction of the Town of Adams Outdoor Center, which will finally realize a long-awaited 60-year dream, I would say, of development at the Greylock Glen. That was followed up immediately by a telephone call with our State Rep Barrett, who's worked hard with the administration to bring the attention to the project, what it means to the town, to the administration. And we're pleased tonight to have the Lieutenant Governor with us and to have the State Rep with us. And with that, Lieutenant Governor, I will turn the floor over to you. It's great to have you here virtually in the Town of Adams.
Well, thank you. It gives me great pleasure with you tonight to do a good announcement to make. But first and most, I want to acknowledge the work of you, Towner, Jay Green, as well as members of the Board of Selectmen, and your delegation of legislators, including Representative John Barrett, former Mayor of North Adams, many. I am very to be joined by my colleagues in our administration, Jose Delgado, who the face of our administration from Western, and Sean Pierce from DCR, who has long known about desire to see this project come to fruition. Let me just start on behalf of Governor Baker, who wishes he could be with me, but I'm really happy that I'm with you on behalf of the governor and our entire team to first and foremost say thank you. You know that Governor Baker started our service as select woman and man in active hometowns. And at your room tonight, I wish I was there with you in person, but I remember fondly, and I know he as well, our days serving effective boards of selectmen. This is where the decisions are made to improve the quality, to keep your citizenry safe, and to make sure the penny of taxpayer dollars is wisely used to administer great services. So I just thank you to all of you for the normal course of work that you do as public officials. And just from our entire administration, say thank you for your incredible work over the course of this past year. And through you, I wish to thank all of your public officials from all of your departments who have all been impacted by the effects of COVID-19 over this past year, and how grateful I am, as is the governor, that we have such strength among our local officials throughout our cities and towns of our Commonwealth to have been able to deliver services, communicate with residents, and to reassure them that government would work for them. So it's been an incredibly challenging year with a lot of darkness and sadness and heartache for a lot of people, for a lot of small businesses. And I just want to thank you for being our partner and working so hard throughout this year, coming out on this end of it. I also want to thank you for doing your part to help people get vaccinated, accessing the resources that are available in your county. You were a leader in Berkshire County about how to collaborate regionally to make sure that the people of your county could access the vaccines. And as you could see, the President Biden yesterday acknowledged the work of our Commonwealth in leading in a vaccination effort, getting people connected to the vaccine. We have a little over 3 million people fully vaccinated in the Commonwealth, another million people who've received one shot like me that are plugged in to get their second dose. And by the end of the month, early June, we will reach our goal of 4.1 million people fully vaccinated. And it didn't just happen without a whole lot of effort in strategizing and, relentlessness with our local officials. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart how much I appreciate you. And I know the governor does as well. Let's finish strong. Let's make sure that everyone who's eligible gets it. We've got now 12 plus to 15 eligible, and connecting people over the course of these upcoming weeks to the vaccine be critically important to continue to reopen and get back to the normal that we all love so much. I want to come tonight with some good news for you. It's been such a hard year to be able to share this with you in person. Let me acknowledge Representative Barrett, because I know you were mayor for 26 years in North Adams. You think about your region, it wasn't just your community. And I remember when the governor and I were campaigning way back in 2014, coming in hopefully to office, you were talking about Greylock Glen then, and you continue to be a leader and advocate for this project. Advocate is a soft word, because at every turn, you would, no matter what we were talking about, you would somehow weave in the importance of Greylock Glen. It could be for a completely unrelated issue, but you'd always finish with, don't forget about Greylock Glen and how important this is to our community, to our region, and this part of our Commonwealth. You clearly are stewards of an amazing natural asset, and we thank you for that. And you've done a lot with the area, with trails and amenities that have welcomed people from all over to see the beauty of the area in which you live and which you work. We also know that there's more that we could do to make it an attraction for more people to see. And if there was ever an Exhibit A to why the state should fund further amenities there, it clearly was this past year that people needed to find places to go with their families for well-being, to just connect with nature, to escape the challenges associated with COVID-19, and to be able to go to such beautiful places right there in your backyard was a real release and a real sense of support for a lot of people. And you didn't really need to go too far to convince the governor and I that this was something we really needed to do. But we finally were able to find a way, and we're very pleased to be able to commit $6.5 million to seeing Greylock Glen's full mission with your education center and the amenities that you've been planning for and talking about for a long time come true. And I just thank you for not forgetting how important this asset was to not only your community, but to the region, to our Commonwealth, and for the time in which we lived for many people to come in our future and enjoy. And I cannot wait, and I know the governor feels exactly the same way, to come there personally and be with you. Hopefully we can do that in June, and then with a groundbreaking somewhere around August to mark these moments in person, in real time, to really demonstrate the full commitment of getting this done. It's a treasure as it is, but it will be more of an asset for your community, for your economy, and for enjoyment for many people today and for our future. And I just want to thank you, your small town of Adams, being such a sort of, you hold this asset in your hands, and to be able to continue to do your work and to advocate for this and push for it on behalf of the people of your community and the region is a real credit to you. So thank you, all of you. And thank you, Representative Barrett, for keeping your shoulder behind this effort all the way. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. Turn the floor to the man of the hour, Rep. Barrett.
Lieutenant Governor, this is just so special. I can't even tell you. I get emotional. But we have gone through some difficult times, and I think I've been in public office through most of them. And it was a guy named Charlie Baker who was working in the Weld administration way back when, who was the guy who has his fingerprints on Mass MoCA. And I think to have the governor today, Charlie Baker, is going to have his fingerprints on a project which I consider to be as important to this area as Mass MoCA. It is a credit to the administration. You didn't hang up on me on several occasions, which I probably would have hung up on me. You came through when it counted, and most importantly, not everybody was in favor of this project in Boston, as you well know. But you listened, and the governor listened, and you heard what we had to offer here and how important it was to our economy. You are part of what we consider to be that new economy out there, and that's outdoor recreation, which is going to be so important throughout the New England area, and especially in rural areas like the Berkshires. And we're going to see growth in jobs, and hopefully the broadband will continue to grow and improve here, and we're going to see many important things. So I thank you, and I hope you will extend to the governor our thanks, and my thanks certainly for doing this. And we fully expect to see you out here. I will just tell you one quick story that the governor said to me on the phone the other day. I said to him, I said, Governor, this project is going to be to this area what Mass MoCA was some 30 years ago. And he says to me on there, he says, weren't you the same guy that said you wouldn't go across the street to see that art? And I says, yeah, I'm the same guy. And I'm probably the same guy too, that will probably not be on those trails too often. But there will be hundreds of thousands of people who will come here and share this beautiful mountain area that we have. And so thank you again without rambling on too much. And and to Sean's been terrific, Jose's been terrific, the whole team, the secretary has been terrific, Katie has been wonderful. And we've got more trips for her planned out here, so we can build and expand upon this in the weeks and months ahead. So thank you very much.
And Lieutenant Governor, I want to introduce you to Donna Season. Donna is our recently retired and recalled 18, 19, 20-year community development veteran. And as the rep said, and as you spoke about, the project took a lot of visioning and took a lot of collaboration building in order to get to this point today. So we just want to introduce you to Donna. Donna, I'm sure that there's something you probably want to say about this project, but we're here today because of all the legwork, all the background that Donna did in bringing all different parties together and making this a project that the community stands behind. So Donna?
Thank you. We're very proud of this project. We've worked very hard. This project is a result of a lot of collaborations with regional institutions, but with many state agencies as well. And it does my heart good that we are all working together, that you have embraced our vision for this property and what it can do for the town in this region. And I am personally deeply appreciative, and certainly the town. We've all worked hard for this, and we are extremely grateful to the administration and Representative Barrett, who has clearly been our champion on this project. So thank you very much.
Donna, I've heard a lot of great things about you, Donna, and I know you had a lot to do with this. And there's something about the water out there. You were not going to let this go. And I'm glad that you didn't. Thank you for your leadership and your perseverance. I can't wait to see you with the governor when we come out next.
Look forward to it as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor.
Yeah, and thank you, Lieutenant Governor, and please pass our thank yous on to the governor, Governor Baker. We know you have a very busy schedule. I don't want to keep you any longer than we have to, but we're very excited in our community. And I'll just one quick thing. I'm sorry, but I went back into I'm a kind of historical guy, local guy here. I went back into the local newspaper, and it was back on April 23rd, 1971. That the first article that was documented to discuss the last feasible, well, it wasn't feasible, but the last project that was done up there. So it's almost been 50 years to the day that our community has been waiting for this moment. And many people in this room have never given up, and it really means a lot to this community. So thank you very much.
That's the point. You never gave up. Right? You believe in yourself. You believed in this project, and it's more than a project. It's for decades and decades to come and generations to come to enjoy it. I just want to thank all these Board of Selectmen members. It's a busy time of year with budgets and town meeting and everything else. And to your predecessors from then to now for making this possible for us to partner with you on. Again, we are so excited to come out and visit you. We have been so focused like you on helping people be safe this past year. It will be a very pleasurable opportunity for us to come out, I hope in June, to get this process started in person.
Looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Governor. Thank you, Jose. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you. Bye, Rep. Barrett. Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you.
I just want to say a few more words before I leave. I cannot thank the selectmen enough for keeping this so quiet, because we have faced so many disappointments over the years. I was just afraid something was going to go wrong. Just, we went through it in North Adams, and I don't want any more disappointments, but I thank you for listening and, hanging in there through this, because I'll tell you, there's a lot of people that aren't with us today that used to sit in those chairs. And I can remember the first time I came here, I think was in 1990 to speak as mayor of the city of North Adams on behalf of this project. And I believe in this project and you all believe in it. And, it's nice that I praised all this, but a couple of times you wanted to give up on me and you didn't. And I appreciate that very, very much. And you hung in there. And Donna, what can I say about the job that you've done? But the problem now is the next 8 weeks are going to be tough to make sure that that groundbreaking comes in August, because I think it's like an election, a campaign. Running for office is easy, governing is difficult. This is now the hard parts behind us, and it's going to get harder as we move ahead. You have to be you were the stewards of this project and making sure that it gets done. And the best words I can leave you with: never sell yourself cheap. And you didn't throughout this process, and continue to be that way. And I'll tell you, you're going to build a fine project, and the community will grow with it. And to the administrator, Jay Green, I can apologize 100 times for the screaming I did at the process. But he hung in there, and I'm sure he will be a good steward too, along with Donna, and making sure that we're back here in just over a year, opening up this great building and this great project and getting it going. And in the meantime, going ahead, looking for the rest of the project to be finished as we go to the next step. You can't stop the momentum. So good job.
Thank you, Judge.
Good job.
Thank you, Representative Barrett. I just want to mention something quick with John, that when he was running for the state rep position, it was an informational session down at the county fair, and we listened to all the candidates. We had a large contingent of Adams leadership there. And the question was asked to John, what is your top priority if you are elected to this position? And without hesitation, was the Greylock Glen. And then shortly after that, the town of Adams voters supported him overwhelmingly. I know over the last few years, as you mentioned, I don't think there was any doubt, it's just been 50 darn years, but I don't think there's a lot of doubt, but we really put our faith behind you and working together as a team, and just getting to this evening is just fantastic. We're excited. I know we know there's a lot of work to do, and poor John has got a lot to do on her plate. To the representative, thank you very much. It would not have happened without you and without the whole team working together. So thank you. Okay.